Magandang gabi. I posted uh, uh, I posted dun sa Luminous ba at nagtatanong, hinihingi ko ang mga tanong ninyo kung ano pong gusto ninyong pag-usapan sa live ngayon. So of course, may qualification doon na nakalagay po dun sa aking request, you know, call for questions, so to speak. Ay wag muna tungkol dun sa overseas absentee voting kasi nga kulang-kulang pa po ang impormasyon natin. Pero syempre, ang unang-unang tanong, ma'am, tungkol dun sa overseas absentee voting, nakaka-frustrate minsan, sinasabi ko sa inyo. I swear. Uh, Ngayon pa man, wala akong magawa. Sige, we will discuss but only with what little that is already known about it. Okay, we have two reports from the OFWs themselves about Italy and Hong Kong. And in addition, meron mga kumakalat na balita na dahil nga mailed in ang mga balota, walang resibo silang matatanggap. May mali po kasi doon kasi may mga nagkakalat ng balita na kung walang resibo, baka daw hindi valid ang balota o kaya baka daw hindi na i-cast ang boto ninyo. Okay, let's start with just those simple things, okay? Merong report about at least 2 incidents sa Hong Kong dun so tungkol sa breakdown ng counting machine, ng optical, ng Smartmatic, so to speak. Acknowledged naman po yon. However, yung latest na announcement ng COMELEC appears to be na the voting had gone without a hitch. So we will be waiting for an official pronouncement from COMELEC acknowledging na siraan nga yung counting machine. We need the verification of the officials at the embassy in Hong Kong. At meantime, meron din daw po sa Italy na problema with the counting machines. The reason hindi pa natin dinidiscuss is this, dalawa. Number one, the COMELEC has to react. Kailangan makita natin kung ano yung statement ng COMELEC so hindi natin pwedeng sabihin right off the bat na merang dayaan. Bakit? By concluding na merang dayaan dito, it's also possible that things go wrong. Diba? Posible yung ganun hindi tayo magko-conclude base lang doon sa isang panig. Kailangan marinig natin yung panig ng COMELEC. Kung mag-refuse ang COMELEC na i-acknowledge na may problema, then an official complaint has to be filed. Ngayon, ayon dun sa, well, the old rules haven't been practicing election law for a long time. Dati, nung nagbago, nung nagkaroon ng counting machines, ang time para mag-submit ng reklamo ay dun mismo habang nasa loob ka pa ng booth, nasa loob ka pa ng presinto. So may mga forms yan na maaari kayong mag-submit doon mismo sa Board of Election Inspectors, meaning doon sa mga guro na nag-administer ng eleksyon, na ma-file ninyo yung inyong puna o kaya yung inyong reklamo. Okay, next. May nagkakalat at sinasabi kapag mailed in or by post ang inyong balota, hindi daw kayo makakatanggap ng resibo at baka daw hindi mabilang ang boto ninyo. Unang-una, kahit dito po sa Metro Manila, yung resibo na makikita ninyo that indicates kung ano yung boto ninyo, yan po ay sinusumiti pa rin, binabalik yan, ihuhulog yan uli doon sa ibang ballot box ng Board of Election Inspectors o ng mga nag-administer ng eleksyon. So, whether it is by post or even if you're voting within with the counting machine in front of you, hindi po sa atin pupunta yung resibo na yan. Maaari nyo lang pong tignan kung nagtutugma dun sa binoto ninyo yung lumabas, yung nabilang ng counting machine. Okay? So, samantala naman, ay nasabayan ko ba ang Pangulo? Sorry. Mamaya na, sabi ni Miriam, dito po muna ako sa inyo, mamaya ako balikan ng speech ni PRRD, yun din naman po ang sinasabi niya, dito may matututunan ako. May natututunan din naman tayo sa ating Pangulo. Halimbawa, sinabi niya, di ba, na ang Rappler daw attack, collect, defend, collect. So, it's good to have heard it from him. Medyo may bigat po ng authority. Adala siya. Okay. So finally, ano po ang pwede natin gawin kapag sa tingin natin may nakikita tayong anomalya? well, you document it as much as possible at irereklamo nyo habang nasa loob pa po kayo ng presinto ng voting precinct. Ngayon, naiintindihan ko po yung mga concerns about yung posted na balota, yung mga magme-mail in ng kanilang mga boto. But it has been done before. In fact, at the last elections, lahat ng kamag-anak po sa US ay bumoto in this manner. Bakit po ganito? Kasi po malalayo sa mga embassies or consulates ang marami sa ating mga kababayan na magkakast ng vote. So this was a way to accommodate them na hindi na sila kailangan na mag-travel long distances sometimes by plane para lang makapag-cast ng kanilang boto. Okay? So that's it for elections muna. Kasi like I said, we can't deal with the controversies yet dahil hindi pa natin naririnig yung panig ng COMELEC. It would not be fair na gumawa tayo ng conclusion kapag isang panig lang ang naririnig natin. Pero meron maliwanag. Maliwanag po na sa Hong Kong, dalawang reports na either nasira yung counting machine or may anomalya dun sa pagbibilang. Okay? Okay. Double check natin yung ano. Guys, yung mga nagre-reklamo dun sa sound, it's your signal. It's not me. Okay? Check na po yung mic na to. Kung mahina po, I'm sorry, this is the best that I can do. Okay? Especially kung kayo lang po ang nagre-reklamo, it means na naririnig ng iba. Hi, Doc Ethel. Okay, other concerns. Ano yung iba natin? Tinitignan ko po kasi yung mga tanong. So, syempre, dahil unang-una naging concern yung mga yung tungkol sa election, okay na yan. So that's as far as we can discuss dito tungkol sa ongoing elections natin. Samantala naman, bakit nawala yung stylus ko? Yan. Tinitignan ko ngayon yung mga tanong. National budget, sabi ni Armin Aldetawato, ano ang epekto sa mga congressman at senador ang pagvito ng Pangulo? Well, ang binito naman ng ating Pangulo yung mga singit. Diba? Hindi ito. Bakit singit? Okay, ganito yung budget process. Magbibigay po ang executive ng budget, ng request. Tapos dadaan po yan doon sa House, tapos sa Senado. Either i-approve ng House or maghihiring sila, pakinggan nila, maghihiring both yung House at saka yung Senate. Tatawag lahat ng mga branches ng executive, tatanungin nila, o bakit ganito yung proposal ninyo? Anong kailangan niyo dito? Ano yung ganito? So, nakaklarify yon. Hindi maaaring mag-provide ng mas malaking budget kesa dun sa hinihingi ng executive. Hindi pwedeng dagdagan ng Kongreso yung sapat lang, pero pwede silang magbawas. Ngayon, itong mga increases dun sa budgets na sinisingit po ng Kongreso at ng Senado, hindi lang po Kongreso, ay maliwanag na either wala dun sa proposal ng executive o kung sakasakali man ay suspicious, kumbaga. Kasi nga hindi hinihingi ng executive itong mga to. So, itong dahil dumaan na nga sa budget, the President is allowed what we call a line item veto. So, dahil na vinito na nga ng Pangulo yung mga singit na yon, how does this affect the congressmen or senators? Well, they don't get those projects. Simple lang po yun. Okay, next. Manila water issues. I think we've done it to death sa Carambola. I'd rather do it sa Carambola kasi ang nakatutok dito si Conrad nang nakatutok dito. So, the only new thing na nangyari po habang naka-hiatus po yung Carambola team, meron pong pinch hitting team na nasa IZ, is supposedly yung pag-resign ng isang CEO or COO ng Manila Water from his position. And para sa akin, that's not really significant. It's the private concession. It doesn't affect us. Diba? So, next. Dahil marami po kayong OFWs, siguro po mga do's and don'ts sa pagboto nila, bawal ba overvote or undervote? Ilan po ba pwede boto sa party list? Maraming OFWs ang naguguluhan po kasi dyan. Topic at di umano'y dayaan sa putahan ng mga OFWs at kapalpakan ng COMELEC. Okay. First, what are the do's and don'ts? Of course, don't overvote. You're allowed to undervote, don't overvote. Meaning, 12 senators lang, o 1 mayor lang, 1 vice mayor lang, 1 congressman lang. And only one party list. Ulitin ko po yun, only one party list ang maaari niyong i-shade. So, kung gusto ninyong AA Kasosyo, which is 181, or Abacada Party List, which is 108, then isa lang po ang maaari ninyong piliin. Sabi ni Marilu Tolentina Icobno, how about telling us a little bit about yourself? I hate talking about myself. Like, saan ka nag-graduate, achievements mo, a little bit about your family, konti lang naman, your dogs, favorite movies, sa karambola ka namin napapakinggan, and super hanga talaga kami sa talino mo. And the good thing about it is, pag malalim ang usapan, dami mo alam talaga. Pero pag light lang ang topic, carry pa rin. Okay, a little bit about myself. Normally kasi I don't really like talking about myself. Minsan napipilitan lang kasi kailangan ko i-justify why I'm talking about a certain topic. Okay, saan ako nag-graduate? Nursery until 3rd year high school, I went to Marinol. And in 4th year, I was an exchange student. I went to Las Vegas, New Mexico on a Rotary Scholarship. I went to college in the University of the Philippines in Diliman. I got a degree in AB Linguistics. I got most of my elective units in history. I went to the University of Minnesota for 2 years but I haven't yet completed my minor in international relations with a major track in international peace, conflict, and security. I went back to the Philippines. I completed a degree, my law degree in the University of the Philippines, College of Law, passed the bar in 1998. Yes, I only took it once. I am completing my master's degree in archaeology. In the meantime, I had become before that, in the course of practicing law, I was elected by the sector as commissioner for cultural heritage of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, which carries the rank of undersecretary. That's from 2004 to 2008. Okay. I have 2 dogs. Well, I have 1 dog. The other dog belongs to my son. My dog is a dachshund, a very, very old dachshund named Harry. So, yeah. I don't talk about the rest of my family for security reasons and because some of them don't really like me to talk about them. Okay. Sabi ni Doc Ethel, once, you're that Lenny. When I went to the College of Law, when I was studying in the University of Minnesota, I had 1 child. When I went to the College of Law, I had 3. So, I have more than that. I have more than 3 kids. Okay, I don't talk about the rest of the personalities in my life, except those that allow themselves to have their pictures taken. My more famous son is, a favorite among the SOCMED bloggers, so he's the only one I usually talk about. The rest don't really want me to mention them too much. So, ano pa ba? Okay na po yan? Okay na po ba yan? So, yes, when I went to law school, I had 3 kids, and I took the bar. I still had 3 kids. I took the bar and I passed it right away. Hindi po ako placer, hindi ko sinasabi yan. Pero I took it only once. I was my longest stint was in the National Commission for Culture and the Arts. I was their legal consultant and I handled a lot of their cases. I also became a commissioner for cultural heritage. I have trained in heritage conservation, legal heritage conservation. I trained in copyright protection in France. The legal conservation in Hiroshima, Japan. Nakakahiya yata ito. Inaano ko yung biodata ko. And I normally do not talk about things like this. Okay. My some iyon may nagtanong. Some are actually asking what. Okay, I first started being in the public consciousness when we worked on Mehan Gardens, for the protection of Mehan Gardens, which is an archaeological site. We filed a suit against the city of Manila for destroying what is the gardens, Mehan Gardens, which is also an archaeological site. At the time, the cultural agencies did not want to enforce what little laws were possible to enforce to protect both the first zoological and botanical garden in Asia. Please take note, ha, where the City College of Manila is now standing used to be the Mehan Gardens, but it was actually put up in 1856, if I'm not mistaken, and became the first botanical and zoological garden in Asia, older than even those that are in China. But we won in the Environmental Management Bureau, and we were able to get a cease and desist order, which the City of Manila ignored. So the City College was there. So that was my first case that received public attention. After that, we represented military officers who were charged with mutiny and conduct unbecoming from 2003, Oakwood, 2006, Fort Bonifacio, 2007, Manila Pen. So, Miguel Francisco says, it's a bit disappointing. Campaign style is the same. I really hope they up their game where candidates focus on real platforms rather than a popularity contest. I agree. And that's why what we try to do here on this page is to talk about policy more than personalities. Yes, sometimes we get weak and we will talk about personalities. Pero as much as possible, we would like to talk about issues, 'di ba? Kasi mas madali yan eh. We don't really like to bash people unless they bash us first. In which case it becomes self-defense. Sabi ni Kay Bernabe, I'm so listening right now, one of the rare moments you get to know your academic achievements firsthand. I don't think they're really achievements. It just, sometimes going to school can be addicting. So, nerdok. Kasi, what else? Good day. Ilan po manalong party list? According to Alexander Mendoza, ilan po manalong party list? Di silang po dapat iboto, pero ilan po ang kukunin ng party list? Sabi po sa Ligang Batas, 20% of the total number of congressional seats with districts. So, kung 200 plus ang congressional districts natin, then 20% of that ang party lists na maaaring kunin. Pero, hindi po kailangan punuin yung number na yon dahil ang required vote, kailangan 2% of total votes cast will entitle you to 1 seat. So if you get 6% of total votes cast, you can have up to 3 seats. Your party list can have up to 3 seats in Congress. So hindi natin mapapredict right now kung ilan po ang makakapasok. Kasi depende po yan. Okay. Guys, ayoko I don't really like talking about my achievements kasi dun sa iba, you know, you Google me and there's so much bad stuff that comes out that I just talking about myself makes me really uncomfortable. Sabi ni Deng Andresa, yung mga botante dito sa Hong Kong kapag ang binoto 7 sa receipt, 9. Kapag 12 ang binoto, nagiging 14, kaya daw po di valid. Okay, kailangan po kasi may logbook ang Board of Election Inspectors, kailangan po magreklamo po kayo kaagad. Right away, habang nandun pa lang kayo sa precinct, you are allowed to see your receipt, diba? That's why nalalaman niyo kung kailan, kung bakit magkaiba yung vote cast mo at saka yung binasa ng machine. So, what you can do is, you can ask for permission to take a picture for your receipt. Pagka hindi, make sure that your complaint is logged in kasi may log po ang Board of Election Inspectors. Kung hindi, then you need to execute an affidavit immediately right after that. Tinatanong ni Sarah, Abigail Natividad Santos. Of all the surveys that came out, ano yung pinaka-reliable? Well, hindi pa natin alam kasi nakikita natin na may nilalabas yung mga surveys, pero we will have to compare that with the outcome later on. So, wala rin akong masabi kung sino yung mas reliable. Sabi ni Sheena Pableo Monsi, you are more fit to the Senate than idiot senators that are presently doing nothing but complain and criticize PRRD's admin. Sabi ni Ken Alear, cyber libel issue po, nasa na si Kokoy Dayaw, bakit hindi pa siya nakakasuhan, mahuhuli kaya si Bicoy? Okay, on Bicoy, ang bagong balita na lumabas ay nag-announce ng PNP na iniimbestigahan daw nila yung di umano'y Bicoy o yung mga series of videos tungkol dyan. Bakit? Kasi papasok na scurrilous libels against a government official, which means yung hindi lang libel pero matinding libel na talagang tagpi-tagping kasinungalingan, then this can be considered as inciting to sedition. Ngayon, kung inciting to sedition siya, di mataas ang penalty niyan, no? So, kailangan imbestigahan ng pulis kasi hindi na ito just the president feeling hurt or because he was libeled or feeling that his reputation has been besmirched and that of his family, pero pumapasok na po ito dun sa stability ng ating bansa. So, kung makakakita ng ebidensya ang PNP na these are scurrilous libels that can constitute the crime of inciting to sedition, then, ayan, mabuti naman. Can they investigate where this person came from? Can they trace it? Yes, because they are now looking at the possible crime. They will need possibly to get some warrants to be able to open some accounts. But, yeah. Sabi ni Drew Olivar, loko-loko itong bang kukulam na to. Sobrang talino ni Trixie, pero ang humble, dapat mayabang ka, attorney ako, nagyayabang kahit mangkukulam lang ako. O, hindi ka, si Drew kasi hindi ordinary na mangko yan. He's mangko extraordinaire. Kasi ang tindi ng powers. I think, sabi ni Dawood, si Gomlo, nalita ko, umpisa na dayaan kahit sa Italy, ano po ba ang gawin ng Pangulo para talaga matigil na yung Smartmatic na yan. Ito yung problema po kasi tinitignan ko po yung saligang batas dahil independent po ang Commission on Elections. Ito ay tinatawag ng Constitutional Commission kung kaya't ang limitasyon ng ating Pangulo regarding their supervision and control ay dun lang po sa pag-a-appoint ng mga opisyalis nito. Other than that, hindi po kontrolado ng Pangulo ang mga independent constitutional commissions. And that's it. Diba? Sabi ni Dave Garcia, ba't mahihiya about yourself? Di ka naman katulad ni fake lugaw. Uy, kayo naman. Abogado din yun. Sabi ni Ador Canarias, kaya boto-boto sa AA Kasosyo baka sakaling umupo si Attorney Fix. Hindi po ako nominee ng AA Kasosyo. Bakit ganito yung ilaw ko? Ayan. Uy, kung maganda yung ilaw dito, pasalamatan niyo po yung nagbigay. Hindi ko alam kung willing siya kasing banggitin yung pangalan niya, pero kung sakali, nakikinig siya ngayon. Sabi ni Miguel Francisco, who has the power to amend the rules in COMELEC for qualifications of candidates? I find it odd that candidates with pending plunder cases can still run. Something is not right here. Okay, wait, ha? The Constitution sets the qualifications. So, nobody can amend the rules unless we amend our Constitution. Now, why do you find it odd that candidates with pending plunder cases? Guys, hindi pa siya guilty eh. So, as long as they're not convicted, then they can continue to run. Ito lang yung problema. Dahil elective officials, talagang matindi ang kailangan mangyari para matanggal sila sa pwesto. In fact, tignan nyo si Laila De Lima, hindi siya matanggal-tanggal as senator even if she is facing criminal charges for her conspiracy to traffic in drugs. Diba? It's not that easy. Bakit? Kinikilala kasi ng ating saligang batas ang isa sa pinakamataas o may pinaka-importanting karapatan, ang karapatan nating bumoto at kasama po, naka-link up po dyan, intrinsic po dun sa karapatan natin bumoto ay karapatan din natin makatakbo sa pwesto sa gobyerno. So, no, it is not odd na somebody facing plunder charges can still run. It's because he is not yet guilty. And ano yung sinabi ng ating saligang batas? No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And in this case, and also the Constitution says that the presumption is innocence. Di ba? You have to prove guilt. So, even if you're facing charges, that doesn't mean you're guilty. That's why nga may trial kasi to determine guilt. Ako kasi, agree naman ako doon na dapat, na as long as hindi ka pa nako-convict, then you have not been deprived of any rights yet. Pag na-convict ka na at yung crime na na-convict sa'yo ay may tinatawag na civil interdiction, it means na hindi ka na rin pwedeng ma-appoint or makapwesto sa gobyerno ever again. Sabi ni Alex Mendoza, buti pa dito, lagi niya nababasa yung tanong ko, sa Karambola, hindi. Kasi dalawa po yung sites sa Karambola, YouTube at saka Facebook. So I can't always look. At saka minsan na hindi na ako makaparticipate sa discussion sa kakamonitor sa inyo. Sabi ni Sally Correa dito sa Hanoi, manual counting daw po. That should be extraordinary kung walang counting machine. Pero kung walang counting machine din, natural magiging manual counting. Sabi ni Andre Bonds, shout out ko sa team Andre Automotive. Okay. Sabi ni Dave Salise, bakit kaya ganito ang COMELEC natin? Bakit ba ayaw nilang umayos at respetuhan ang sagradong boto ng mga tao? Actually, that's their job, no? But it is up to us, kasi kung nagsususpect tayo from doing, it isn't enough to suspect them, we have to prove it. So, the problem nga is that parang hindi maayos or hindi mabilis ang response ng Commission on Elections to complaints about the electoral process. At matagal na po yan. On this matter, it should be Congress that will intervene. Sabi ni Jason Babiana, I think the party list is passé. How about to provide congressional seats to ethnic groups na underrepresented like the Aitas, the Mangyans, etc. Party list kasing na supposed na nag-represent sa kanila ay na-taint ng communism, we need to revamp it. Okay. If tainted sila by communism, then you want them to sit? Ganun ba yan? Right now, you're stuck with the party list, passé or not, because it's a constitutional provision that allows for party lists. Ako kasi, ang tingin ko dyan is that the party list system had good intentions. Gusto natin na yung mga underrepresented groups nga ay maaaring makatakbo at merong representante doon sa Kongreso o sa legislature. Ang problema nga is that once natuto yung iba to game the system, then it defeated the purpose. Halimbawa, yung mga hindi naman member ng underrepresented sector o isang politiko galing sa major party, magiging first seat dun sa party list, it defeats the purpose of representing the underrepresented. So, kailangan ayusin lang po yung sistema. Sabi ni Rosalie Ogusu, wala pa ring balota daw sa Shizuoka, Japan. As long as you receive your ballot, and there is sufficient time for you to send it back and for it to be counted, then di pa po dapat ikabahala yon. Sabi ni Andy Panga, baka si Trililing may tattoo sa... Okay talaga. Sabi ni Albert Kua, poorly done ang numbers ni Bicoy. Agree. Sabi ni Sally Correa, dito daw po sa Hanoi, walang PCOS machine, kaya manual counting. Like I said, that will be allowed if there is no available PCOS machine. Okay, sabi ni Gina Bobadilla, pinanood ko po ang video mo kanina about sa case ni Maria Ressa, pero di pa tapos kasi may live vid ka ngayon. Thank you for the advice. Na wag muna mag-share basta ng mga posts about alleged irregularities. Buti na nakakapigil ako at mag-observe lang muna. Kung factual po yung statements dun sa video, hindi nagsasabing dayaan na. Pero nire-raise mo lang yung question. Halimbawa, dito sa voting precinct na ito, sa ganitong country, dalawa po yung nakitang balota dun sa isang envelope. samantalang dapat isa lang ang envelope, etc. Pwede yon, factual narration yon. Pero the moment you say something that like mandaraya itong mga to, hindi kami pinapansin ng COMELEC, those are conclusions. So, kailangan yung pinipresenta ninyo ebidensya. Sabi ni Ma'am Annie, na-miss ko. Ma'am Annie, pakiulit. Sabi ni Flavie Serafco, maraming salamat sa nagbigay ng light scatter nila. Lalo siyang gumanda. Sabi ni Maria Angela Kahinding, medyo worried po ako sa damage sa trust kay PRRD just in case magkaroon po talaga ng dayaan because he guaranteed the clean 2019 elections. I agree. Kaya lang, we don't know that. We don't know if the elections are dirty or clean right now. So, it becomes part of a process. So, ngayon, kung marami naman pong nagre-reklamo, and please document your complaints para hindi rin masasabi ng COMELEC, wala naman nagreklamo, puro namang Facebook yung reklamo. Remember, a complaint on Facebook does not count as a complaint. Okay? Kailangan mag-file ng complaint doon sa COMELEC. That's why what I'm saying is that kung hindi man kayo makareklamo, hindi kayo payagan magreklamo sa loob ng presinto kung saan kayo bumoboto, then papasok ninyo doon sa log. Okay? Pag hindi pa rin pumayag sa log, then mag-execute kayo ng affidavit immediately after that. Sabi ni Esther Pilcher, ba't di po kayo maging cabinet ni PRRD? Kayo lang po ang isang good example to serve the nation. Hindi po masamang tao po, makasalanan po ako. Sabi ni Lay Mercado, bakit pag nakakapatay ng terrorist, sinasabi ng government na confirmed yung identity via DNA? Sorry, may tumawag. Paano sila nakakakuha ng DNA or DNA sample beforehand? There are many ways, no? Hindi ko sure kung paano sila nakakakuha ng DNA sample of that particular terrorist, so to speak. It's possible that they get DNA from known relatives, tapos kino-compare. Kasi nga, di ba, ang DNA testing can be compared with family members basta related directly. Sorry, ang dami tumatawag. Sabi ni Andy Palma, huwag mo na ulit-ulitin yan. Sabi ni Richard Dayot, paano po pag nanalo yung candidate tapos napatunayan na guilty, matutulad din ba kay De Lima yan na makukulong pero senador pa rin? Yes. Yes. Hindi, pag guilty na, hindi na. Kasi maaari yung maaari na siyang tanggalin. Ganito yan ulitin ko. And I keep saying this. Ang nakakapagtanggal lang ng pwesto, let's say for senator or congressman, ay yung Senate at yung Congress mismo. So, pwedeng makulong ang isang senador. He or she will remain a senator. Kay Laila de Lima, hindi pa po nahahatulan ng guilty. Kaya, senador pa rin siya. Ngayon, once mahatulan at merong maaari na po ang Senado, i-oust siya from her position. Sabi ni Dawood, hindi talaga makakasiguro walang dayan sa panahon ng eleksyon, lalo na ngayon maraming kontra sa Pangulo, lalo na sa mga nasa overseas, kasi bawat nakapwesto dyan, may utang na loob sa ibang politiko na nagpasok sa kanila, lalo't di kaalyado ng Pangulo, dapat siguro lahat ng nasa embahada natin, pinalitan na rin. It depends po kasi dun sa civil service natin, merong tinatawag na security of tenure. So, hindi ka basta-basta pwedeng magtanggal kahit sino man ang naging appointee except for cause. So, yun po ang ang security of tenure means kasi na kahit magbago-bago ang politika, kung tama naman ang paggagawa mo ng iyong trabaho, tuloy-tuloy ka pa rin sa trabaho mo. Ang pwede natin gawin ay magtanggal ng mga members ng civil service kung sila ay nakatulan administratively ng may nahanap na kasalanan tungkol sa kanila na maaaring ma-dismiss sila for that. Sabi ni Cheryl, nasagot na dito sa live mo yung query ko about the receipt ng boto ko. Sana marunong din magpaliwanag ng ayos yung mga taga-embassy. I think meron dapat mga information officers dun sa embassy para mag-explain kung ano po yung mga pangyayari dyan sa So far, ang mga nakikita kong mga nag-live or nag-video ay maayos naman yung explanation nila. Ang problema, wala silang sistema para sumagot ng mga tanong. So, even itong COMELEC, parang hindi po sila responsive dun sa mga nangyayari. Gawa lang sila ng statement na, hindi, walang dayaan. Parang, pwede ba yun? Seryosohin nyo naman. Sabi ni Jimmy Chow, ano po mangyayari dun sa mga reklamo na palpak na PCOS? Wala po bang substitute sa mga yon? Wala po bang action doon? Yun nga po yung problema. Since time immemorial, ang COMELEC po mabagal talaga magresponde. At minsan, ang nangyayari ay nawawala ng posisyon o nawawala ng pwesto dahil sa ayaw nilang aksyonan ang isang petition right away. Sabi ni Kioma, mahirap mandaya sa manual counting kesa naman sa Smartmatic. Ken Alaire says, thank you sa information. Maganda po talaga explanation sa inyo kumpara sa kabilang parlor. Sabi ni Miguel Francisco, I take your answer, but the thing is, sana yung mga delayed tactics sa cases di napayagan. Justice delayed is justice denied. Alam niyo, parati namang ina-address ng Korte Suprema yung mga ganong klaseng issues. Pero kailangan din intindihin niyo how many cases are being handled by just how many judges and how many lawyers. Halimbawa, dito sa Pilipinas, there are only about 80,000 lawyers, 90,000, parang ganon. Pero ang mga nagli-litigate lang, siguro at most 20,000 lang kami. So, there are not that many lawyers. Yung iba napakamahal pa. So, ilan lang nagre-rely tayo dun sa, let's say, sa PAO at saka sa ating mga prosecutors. And sometimes the caseloads run into the thousands. Talagang minsan hihingi sila ng continuance. Okay? So, ano pa? Dito kasi, mas mabilis yung takbo before a case goes to trial. Unlike in the US, matutulog muna yung kaso mo because the lawyers are given time to get their evidence. Something like a few months before the trial actually starts. Dito hindi. Once may probable cause, let's say in a criminal case, once there's probable cause, diretso ka na to trial. So, may difference talaga. Ang nangyayari, dahil minsan hindi available yung witnesses, hindi available yung documents, di pa kukuha ka pa ng order from the court in order to have some of the documents released, then it really does take some time. It's really that way. Unless we have enough courts to handle smaller caseloads, really we're looking at an overburdened judicial system more than anything. Sabi ni Elway, ngayon talaga ito as in now that April 16 here in the US, 6:51 a.m. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sabi ni George Loable, paano po papalitan ng mga COMELEC officials? Well, ang mga commissioners po have a specific term. Yung iba 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. So, kapag nag-expire ng term, then the president will appoint. Yun lang po. Otherwise, then you either impeach the chairman or you find cause for the others. Sabi ni Rhea, bakit ibang naka-duty sa Karambola? What happened? Bakasyon po kami. Bakit ba? Wala kami magbakasyon? Sabi ni Relly Gonzalez, keep up the good work. Sana may mangyari sa butahan ng mga OFWs na wag dayain. Sobra na. Sabi ni Alessa Moore, in that case, hope na ikaw na lang ang ilagay ni Pangulong Duterte Commission on Elections. Walang ganyanan. I really don't aspire for government position, guys. I've already been in one. I was commissioner of the NCCA for from 2003 to 2003, 2003 to 20, dapat hanggang 2007 lang, pero na-extend kami ng a few months to 2008. So, I think I've done my bit for government. Ako din po ang tumulong na sumulat ng batas on conservation. Marami sa mga ordinansa tungkol sa conservation, implementing rules nito at saka implementing rules ng NCCA and other government cultural agencies. So, siguro naman nakatulong na ako sa bayan at ginagawa rin natin to para makakuha kayo ng impormasyon tungkol dun sa mga ongoing na mga kaso at saka nagkakarambola tayo. Ang tingin ko dun, yan na po yung public service natin. Huwag niyo na po akong pilitin na mag-gobyerno. Sabi ni Miguel Francisco, what I've observed lang, the momentum of actual change for our country is really hindered by the other branches of government that don't like to change the system where they focus on personal gain. Sayang ang push for change. It doesn't even have to be the other branches of government. When was the last time that Congress made a rule that would limit any of their powers? Diba? Because let's face it, the ones who make the laws are Congress and the Senate, and they're never going to do something that will limit them. Diba? What about the courts? The courts have actually been the most understanding towards change. Kaya nga po nagbabago yung rules of court, nagbabago. And they're always constantly looking at how the rules work, because that's what happens when you're deciding on a case. Pag hindi na po naaangkop yung batas o hindi naaangkop yung mga rules, then the court really has to say so. And they do. Yung nangyari, tinatanong ni Ronald Narciso sa dalawang ballot, hindi kaya may duplicate lahat yan para palitan nila yung balota para magkadayaan. Look, before you start thinking of conspiracy theories, you need to have numbers. Kung once lang po ito nangyari, then once is probably a fluke. 2 is a coincidence. 3, now 3, that is something that has human intervention. Okay? So, sa science, ganun po yun. 1 could be a fluke, 2 a coincidence, 3 human intervention. So, you don't pick theories based on a single occurrence. It's not yet reasonable. Kasi posibleng nagkamali lang, posibleng aksidente, posibleng nadoble lang talaga. Diba? Let's not ascribe muna to malice what can still be ascribed to recklessness, carelessness, or stupidity. Sabi ni Annie Gatchalian, di ba pwedeng mag-declare ng failure of elections sa presidente? Hindi po ang presidente ang nagde-declare ng failure of elections. It's still the COMELEC. Sabi ni Vincent Factor, na sa ibang bansa po ako, ano pong measures ang pwede kong gawin para maprotektahan ang boto? Well, make sure that the system is followed. We're really very limited. Hindi na po gaya ng dati. May mga watchers pa rin naman sa mga presinto. So, really going to have to rely on them. What if the COMELEC, tinatanong ni Pamela Billones, remains mum throughout and the results don't reflect the people's will? What can we do? First of all, how are you going to tell us? How are you going to prove that it doesn't reflect the people's will? Second, the lesson is in the Bongbong Marcos case. It's going to take a while, especially pag may na-proclaim. If you can move fast enough so that it becomes a pre-proclamation controversy, meaning wala pa na po-proclaim, and it's an issue that goes into the qualifications of a candidate, or massive cheating, lawlessness, threats, etc., then those become pre-proclamation controversies, and the COMELEC will have to deal with it and decide prior to declaring a candidate a winner. If it happens, our complaints are taking cognizance of only after the candidates have been proclaimed, and we're in for an uphill battle. Why is it like this? Guess. Who makes the laws? Congress and the Senate. Who benefits from these laws when they run? Congress and the Senate. And of course, the local officials. Sabi ni Roy Violence, paano po ba ang Kabataang Makabayan at Akbayan party lists? Hindi po ba NPA yung mga yan? No, sir. Ang ginagawa po nga ng ating armed forces ay pinatutunayan nila na ito ay mga front organizations for the New People's Army. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa po na-establish sa hukuman yung link between these organizations and the New People's Army. Kailangan po ma-establish yung link at kailangan po magawa yan sa isang hukuman para ma-declare po sila, para ma-outlaw po sila. In the meantime, the presumption is that they are legit, they are qualified, and they are innocent. Okay, parang hindi na dadagdagan yung questions. Paano, sabi ni Kioma, sabi ni Jimenez, fake news daw mga lumalabas na balita kasi ayaw gumawa ng paraan si Jimenez, nagtanga-tangahan. Si James Jimenez is the spokesman, hindi po siya COMELEC commissioner. So, ang gumagawa po ng decisions about these things usually are the COMELEC commissioners. So, we'll have to wait for them. Si James, huwag niyo po masyadong pag-initan, spokes po siya. So, there's very little he can actually do. Sabi ni George Loable, paano po papalitan ng mga COMELEC officials? I think I discussed this earlier. Let me just check your new questions. Walang nadagdagan na questions. Tignan na natin yung mga older ones doon sa sa page. Wala na po ba kayong ibang mga tanong? Let's see. Lahat kayo worried sa elections and I understand. Tinatanong ni Louis Agrivet, pwede ba makialam si PRRD sa anomalyang ginagawa ng COMELEC? Hindi po right away, no? He cannot. Wala po kasing, normally the president is the head of the civil service, so lahat po ng government employees and officials are under the president. Then, in most cases, he has what we call control and supervision. Supervision means maaari mo silang utusan, but control means he can substitute his decision for the decision of the lower rank agency or official. So, kunwari, cabinet secretary, assistant cabinet secretary, or undersecretary, or director, pili tayo ng agency. Let's say sa DOT. Ang director sa DOT will still be under the control and supervision of the president, meaning that while may immediate boss siya, ang control is, kumbaga, ang control means na kung ano man yung decision ng lower ranking official, maaari yung isupersede by the higher official who has control over that person. So, wala pong control and supervision ng ating Pangulo over the COMELEC officials. But he, since as the head of the civil service, then he can institute a administrative case against the non-impeachable officials and employees of the COMELEC. Diba? Bakit ganun tagal mag-load? Nakakairita. Ang globe talaga, ibang level. Sabi ni Mar Aninon, may magagawa bang mga foreigner na pumunta dito sa Pinas para tulungan si Reza na ibasura ang kaso niya at pwede ba tawaging persona ng grata ang mga foreigners na nakikialam sa batas natin? Okay, general rule is that meron tinatawag na sovereignty ang Pilipinas, meaning hindi naman tayo maaaring utusan o pakialaman ng mga ibang bansa. So pag kami mga foreigners na pumupunta dito, at best what they can do is manawagan, mga ganun, para parang ano lang yan, parang rally, that's their version of rally, mananawagan na palitan sana ng desisyon ng mga higher officials, ang ganito, ganyan. Pero there's very little they can do. It's not like as if pwede mong pakiusapan ng presidente na i-dismiss ang kaso ni Maria Ressa. You can't do that. Kasi nga nasa hukuman na, nag-take ng jurisdiction na yung court, so you can't just stop a trial in midstream. Bakit nawala yung mga comments? Ayan. Sabi ni Emily Agamata, boboto sana ako bukas dito sa Hong Kong kaso nagka-aberya ang VCM. Second day, nag-malfunction na ang dalawang machines. Tapos may issue sa overvote di binasa ng machine. Yung undervote naman daw nadagdagan ang binoto niya. Okay. Like I said, if these are just two instances, then it might not be enough to establish a trend. Yun ang sinasabi ng COMELEC. But if there are more instances, then they will be forced to look into it. So, yun pa, so far ang sinasabi nila. Do I agree with that? Of course not. Every incident is an incident where a voter might have possibly been disenfranchised. Meaning, hindi talaga, yung kanyang will o yung talagang decision niya ay hindi po napansin. At mali po yun kasi sagrado po ang boto at sagrado yung karapatan natin. Sabi ni Mark Rivera, mas nabubuisit ako sa super spoiler ng Avengers Endgame. Don't watch, masisira araw ninyo. May spoilers? Since Jimenez lang po ang alam, sabi ni Myla Alzate Torres, since Jimenez lang po ang alam o nakikita namin sa social media na connected sa COMELEC, di ba pwede through him paratingin niya sa officials ang complaints ng mga voters? Kung spokesman siya, di niya pwede pakinggan ang mga complaints na naka-address sa kanya. Thanks po. Maaari po, but he will forward it lang para dun sa nauukulan. Pero nag-publish po ako, pinost ko po dun sa Luminous, yung mga contact details ng COMELEC kung saan maaari po kayo magpadala ng inyong mga reklamo. So, please take note of that. Meron ding Facebook page ng COMELEC at you can send messages there. Kaya lang ang feeling kong bagal kasi hindi sila nag-update. Sabi ni Ryan Salak, hindi po ba pwede pabilisin ni PRRD ang electoral protest ni BBM? Hindi po, kasi ang may hawak ng kaso ay Korte Suprema. Hindi po nadidiktahan yan. At ayaw din ng Pangulo nakikialam sa mga hukuman. Sabi ni Jem Gorospe, I voted here in Hong Kong this afternoon. Well, it's okay, successful voting. So, see, that's what I'm saying. One incident should not make you afraid to try on another day. Sabi ni Jojo Pulangas, ano po bang bearing sa validated narco-list sa midterm elections? Di ba may kaso na sila sa ombudsman? Ano po bang mangyayari lalo na ipananalo sila sa eleksyon? Ang mga lumabas lang sa supposedly validated narco-list ay yung mga opisyales na may mga pending administrative cases for their role in failure to control the drug trade in their jurisdictions. So, pwede, it's persuasive. Kaya lang naman pinapublish siya ng PIDEA is para hindi niya na iboto uli yung mga yon dahil kahit paano may kaso itong mga to tungkol dun sa droga. That's the best they can do. Kasi like I said, as long as hindi pa sila nahahatulan ng guilt ng hukuman, they're allowed to run. Sabi ni Annie Toralba, what safeguards are in place for us to cast our votes via post, though we have not yet received our ballots? That is the problem. The system is imperfect. I'm not sure what kind of safeguards there are. If any, it doesn't look like there are. Sabi ni Mirna, walang kwenta Comelec na yan at Smartmatic. Kung mandadaya lang, wag na lang mag-eleksyon. Nakakainit ng ulo, wag naman sana mangyari dito sa Dubai. I don't think it will. Sabi ni Kay, this is the only administration where I obviously the vulnerabilities and limits following of the president. The irony is the opposition insists that the president is almighty and powerful in this regards to the rule of law. Yun na nga, hindi, ano lang po nila yun, PR nila yun. Alam naman po nila yung mga limitasyon ng powers ng ating Pangulo. Pero nag-i-insist sila na meron siyang magagawa. Halimbawa, parang pinapalabas nila na may magagawa ang Pangulo tungkol doon sa mga kaso ni Maria Ressa. And it's, of course, not true. Once na nasa korte na, that they have very little control. Sabi ni L. Smout, allowed po ba ang ambassador to influence the voters? Meron po kasi di umani dito sa Belgium na former ambassador na iboto ang 8 diretso. Bawal po yan at maaari niyo pong kasuhan ang naturang opisyales. Sabi ni Flavie, pa-hijack naman yung NFA rice sa palengke sa Cartimar Pasay, binibenta nilang 32 pesos instead of 27. Pwede po ba sila i-complain? Hindi po, kasi valid pa rin po yan. 27 to 32 pesos po talaga ang NFA rice. Sabi ni Hachiko Gan, yung si mayabang na Alejandro pupunta daw siya sa Scarborough Shoal. Kailangan pa ba siyang samahan ng Philippine Navy? Dapat hayaan siyang pumunta doon na walang Coast Guard. Agree. Ay, nag-live ba si Boklo? O sige, i-wrap up na natin ito. Sabi ni James Lacerna, we love you. Salamat po sa magandang pagpapaliwanag sa amin. Okay. Wrap up na natin. So, ulitin po natin na hindi po totoo na bibigyan po tayo ng resibo ng binoto natin kasi ang receipt po ayon dun sa sistema ng Comelec ay tinadrop po uli sa iba pang ballot box. But we are allowed to document it at kailangan lang po ipaalam kung ano po yung lumitaw sa ating resibo. What else? Ang kailangan po natin tandaan ay maaari po tayong magreklamo immediately habang nandun pa tayo sa presinto tungkol kung meron sa tingin natin anomalya sa pagbibilang ng ating boto at i-request ninyong ipasok po sa log ng Board of Election Inspectors. Pag hindi po ginawa, mag-execute po kayo ng affidavit immediately after or maaari kayong magreklamo sa nearest precinct. Well, nasa abroad pala kayo na. Kailangan nyo mag-execute ng affidavit at ipanotarize sa consulate. Nagko-concert lang daw po pala si Boklo. So, yung mga ito yung rule po, just gusto ko rin liwanagin. Ito yung rule po sa Luminous. Pag wala kaming update, particularly dun sa mga issues na tinututukan namin, tubig, BBM, ano pa ba? Yung mga cases na tinututukan ko, Christine Silawan, Red Santillan, pag wala pong updates, kayo nakikita sa wall ko, wala pa talagang update. So, useless po yung tanongin ninyo kung ano na po yung update. Kasi ibig sabihin, wala pang update dahil pag may update, ipopost ko po yung kaagad o magla-live ako. Okay? Bantayan nyo na lang po kasi yung Luminous para hindi kayo tanong ng tanong. Kasi, ang problema, pagka nag-PM kayo sa akin, ang dami-daming tanong, hindi ko po tuloy nabibigyan ng pansin yung mga kailangan talagang sagutin. Okay, sabi ni Jem Gorospe, no receipt given to voters because you will deposit that receipt in in another ballot box. Yes po. So, ano pa ba yung mga nadaanan natin na tanong? Wala pong control and supervision ang ating Pangulo over COMELEC commissioners. So, this is an independent constitutional commission. Ang power po ng Pangulo ay limitado dun sa pag-appoint ng mga commissioners, pero he cannot substitute his discretion for theirs. So, ibig sabihin, hindi niya pwedeng i-overrule ang mga decisions ng COMELEC. Impeachable po ang COMELEC chairman. So, para matanggal yon kailangan impeachment. For the other officials, kailangan ma-remove sila for cause o kailangan may trial. So, ano pa ba yung mga na-discuss natin? Sabi ni Louie, sana tutukan ni PRRD yung Smartmatic or COMELEC. Well, he's very, very limited po. Meron po kasing tinatawag na Senate and Congressional Joint Oversight Committee on Electoral Reform and the Electoral Processes. At dun po nagtestigo si Attorney Glenn Chong. Ang problema nga po ay ilang beses lang po sila nag-hearing at parang hindi pa nila gustong pakinggan masyado si Glenn. So, naalala nyo kung sino yung nag-chair ng Joint Oversight Committee? Ito Senator Coco Pimentel. Alam na. Sabi ni Cheryl Magkalalad, sana ay maikam pa din natin si Congressman Jonat para may kakampi si Mocha sa Congress. Agree. Huwag niyong kakalimutan ang alternatives, either AA, Kasosyo, which is ano na nga ba yung number? 181. Sa balota, to 108 po, Abacada party list. But you can only choose one, ha? Only one party list. Okay? Pagka dalawang party list ang makita ninyo, baka ma-invalidate yung buong balota ninyo. Hi, Senado pa, sabi ni Ma'am Annie. Ang dami mga keso de bola. Totoo po yun. So, huwag niyo pong kakalimutan, make sure na 12 lang po ang ibobotong senador. Pag sumobra po kayo, baka ma-invalidate yung ballot. Dahil isa lang po sa party list na maaari natin i-shade. Pagka sumobra po kayo, baka ma-invalidate yung ballot. You're allowed to undervote. Hindi po pwede yung over. Last, sabi ni AJ Ligarda, gamit po kayo ng extern. Kasi meron hindi na naman nakakarinig. Okay. Sige, maraming salamat ulit dun sa pagsubaybay sa aking mga live. Don't forget to like and follow Luminous kung di nyo pa po nagagawa. Don't forget to like this video and to share it also para mas maraming hindi tayo pa ulit-ulit ng mga tanong. Maraming salamat ulit. You have a good night.